Adam,
Hey Bilal,
how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Good to see you.
You too. So today we are here at the DAMAC Sales Center. I am here with Adam, the client manager here at DAMAC, and we'll be covering two hot projects by DAMAC. One, a master community, and another one, a waterfront community. Shall we go?
Let's go.
So let's start off with DAMAC Islands.
Yeah.
So this is DAMAC Island, that famous project that was sold within 24 hours, 10 billion or something?
Well, it was actually 10 billion in 10 hours. So you're looking at a billion an hour.
Billion an hour?
Billion an hour, yeah.
Only in Dubai, yeah?
That's right, that's right. So the project itself is actually made up of 6 clusters, which is all named after luxurious holiday destinations. So this was Seychelles, Bora Bora, Maldives, Fiji, Bali, etc. Initially, we were only meant to release the first 2 clusters.
Okay.
But then due to the demand of the project itself, we had to keep releasing further phases just to keep up with the supply and demand.
Oh, that's why you did phase 1 and phase 2 at the same time.
Right,
okay.
That's right. So the community in itself is actually made up of townhouses, villas, mansions. You've got a numerous amount of amenities that run through the whole project in itself.
Okay.
Which you can see it gives an island experience across the whole community. Amenities include anything up to wedding venues, you've got aqua parks, you've got mini golf on an island, which you can kind of see just here. And the only 2 clusters that are actually remaining now is Seychelles and Hawaii.
Okay, so that's essentially the phase 2.
That's essentially the phase 2, yeah. But it's going to be the final phase.
So anyone missed out?
Exactly, that's what I was
Okay.
going to say. So anyone that missed out, you can still submit your EOIs and you can still secure a unit within those 2 remaining clusters.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the Chelsea residence?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me about this project.
So Chelsea Residences, it's a global partnership with Chelsea Football Club, the first ever to be done in the UAE. It's made up of 6 towers in total, and 2 of which we've released on Chelsea Residence 1, which is these 2 towers here, and then we've got Chelsea Residence 2, which are these 2 towers here. You've got the front entrances here, just located on the back, and then it runs through to the second entrance, which is just along here also.
So this is like an L shape in Maritime City, so... Wow.
That's correct. So the Chelsea Residence is actually located in the top left-hand corner of Maritime City Peninsula. The project itself, like I was saying, it's made up of 6 towers, and within this residency, you've also got amenities including the one that everyone's talking about the most, which you've got the football summit, the football pitch located at the top of Tower C, which you can obviously go and play your games up there with friends, family. You've also got infinity beach halls. You've got also a dining experience with current Chelsea football players or previous Chelsea football players,
Okay.
which will be regularly hosted by them.
And I would say for me, the most unique selling point would be the views, right? You get views from every single apartment.
Every single unit in Chelsea Residency is waterfront, and you have no obstruction in the future because we're literally located on the corner of the peninsula in itself. So no one will build in front of you, no view will be obstructed for you in the future.
So even some of the units you get dual views?
Dual-sided views as well. So some of the units, as you can kind of see along here, it laps around on like an L shape. So you have the seafront view as well as the city view, Burj Khalifa, all included. And then some other apartments, which is a different layout, will have dual-sided balconies. So front balcony again will be waterfront views, and then your second balcony, which will be city views.
Okay.
So why don't we go and have a look at some of the generic layouts that we use across DAMAC Hills, DAMAC Lagoons, DAMAC Islands. It's good for you to go, have a look at the space, have a feel for what the size really looks like, and then you have an idea for the last 2 clusters that we're launching.
Is it V75 and the V55s, right?
Right, so V75, which is the bigger unit, and then V55 with the slightly smaller unit.
Scrabble it.
Shut up.
So let's cover a bit about the amenities in this master community. So I can see over here, there's loads.
You got plenty of amenities across DAMAC Islands. So anything from mini golf course on the middle of an island. You have the jungle swing. You have an aqua park. aquadome, jungle river. We essentially have gone all out with the amenities across the DAMAC Islands to make sure that the residents are living at an island experience on a daily basis.
And right now we are in a V75 villa.
V75,
right?
yeah, correct.
Okay, and this is, I'm just looking at the floor plans now. This is what, spanning over 17,000 square foot?
17,000 square
and
foot.
And this is a 7-bedroom plus gym plus maids plus driver room, right?
Correct. So essentially, when you're entering the standalone villa from the front entrance, you do have dual site staircases that take you down to the basement, as well as an entrance to the back garden, which you can kind of see now from behind you as well, which gives you access to sun lounges, a swimming pool, as well as the lounge area just behind us. But starting from the basement, you have your parking garage, which gives you 6 designated spaces, but I believe that you can fit up to around 10 cars in the basement.
Or you have lots of space around, so although you have designated 6 spaces, you can actually fit more cars in there.
Exactly. So you can utilize the space in the basement for your parking a lot more easier. Now from there as well, you've got a cinema room, you've got a multi-purpose gym room, you have sauna, steam room, you have a driver's room. So even your driver doesn't have to enter your home on the higher floors, that we have a designated area for them. And then that takes you nicely up to the ground floor. Now on the ground floor, essentially when you come in from the main entrance, it brings you to the foyer room. Then you have the formal living room space. You have a dining room area, and then at the back you have the family living room area as well. And then you have 2 kitchen areas also, so a show kitchen and then a service kitchen behind as well.
And then that, of course, it gets attached to the maid's room as well.
Attached to the maid's room as well, just behind. And then going back to the front, you have another bedroom, which also can be used and converted into a study area.
That's what they've done over here.
Exactly, with this one here. So they've got the bedroom converted into a study, and it's got an ensuite bathroom as well.
So that's essentially the bedroom, right?
Correct, that's correct. So like you can see on the floor plan.
And then you have a lift going from basement, ground, first floor to the
access for all floors of your villa.
Okay, and then the first floor, you have what, 4 bedrooms, all bedrooms with a courtyard as well.
With courtyard as well. So like you can see from here, you have the windows that look down into the living room.
So that's the first floor?
Correct.
Okay.
So that's the first floor. You have the internal windows that look down into the ground floor living room.
So that actually takes light across to the first floor as well.
Exactly. So because you've got window to ceilings across the whole villa here, you get a lot of natural light throughout the day within your villa, which is why they've added in the internal windows here to, again, that light will then span through into the first floor.
So this is it the second floor or is it the top floor? What?
Second floor.
Second floor? Okay.
Second floor. So what you have included in the second floor is the master bedroom, which has its own ensuite and its own lap-round balcony. And of course, you've got a walk-in closet as well, which is a grand size of 4.5 to 2.9 meters. So it's quite a large walk-in wardrobe. I'm sure it's enough to fit all your clothes and storage in there. And then, of course, on the other side, you have an extra bedroom which has its own balcony. And not to mention as well, you do have a terrace which has its own jacuzzi located on
and the terrace is huge as well.
Terrace is huge, yeah. So 5.8 by 11.8 meters.
That's huge,
so
yeah. And that when we went up there, that was overlooking the golf course.
Overlooking the whole golf course. So you've got a whole view of the golf course from left to right.
DAMAC Islands. Let's get into a bit more detail about the community. So if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, apartments, there's no apartments.
No apartments.
So it's townhouses and villas?
That's correct. So townhouses, they start out for a 4-bedroom. You're looking at around 2.25 million.
Okay.
And then that goes into a 5-bedroom plus maid, which starts at 3.1 million. And that leads nicely into luxury villas, which we have the V3s that start at 6.3 million. And then the V55s, which are 13.55 million. And then the one that we're standing in now currently, which is the V75, which starts at 18.5 million.
Okay, so essentially the luxury segment, you have the 2 6-bedrooms. Okay, just the difference is the sizes, right?
Yeah, right.
And then you have the 7 bedrooms, which is
the one that
what we've just toured, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And if you go into the price per square foot, you know, what is this community in terms of price per square foot?
I mean, starting from, you're going from 1,100.
1,100?
Correct.
So if you actually look at the surrounding areas, all the other townhouse and villa communities around the area, they're going for what, 1,500, 1,600, all the way to above 2,000, right?
Exactly.
So if you, as an investor, I'm just thinking as an investor, looking at this community, they're coming in at 1,100, and there's so much room for capital appreciation.
Exactly.
But you have phase 2, and I'm assuming it's not going to be at 1,100.
No, of course, due to demand, it was always going to be a little bit of an increase compared to obviously the first phase.
But you're not going to do, it's most likely not going to be 15, 16, 2,000 price per square foot, right? There'll be like a small margin.
Small margin, so it's still an entry level for that investor or client that wants to get a foot in the door with a community.
In terms of location, I know where it's located, but in case any of our viewers are watching internationally, where are we exactly located?
So we're located in Dubai Land.
Okay.
And the good thing about this area is that it's having a new Etihad rail that's being built, the new metro line, and a new intersection that's being built in this area.
So essentially, there's a lot of government initiative that's happening in this area.
Correct.
So infrastructure, transportation, roads, and so on, right? So that's why this area is up and coming.
Exactly.
Right? And then you have Emirates Road as well, right? It's directly onto Emirates Road.
Yes, exactly. And Emirates Road will give you direct access to the new Dubai airport, which is actually going to be the largest airport in the world.
Also, the new Dubai South Airport, it's
That's
essentially direct access to it.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if we get into, we said we're going to talk about the newest waterfront community, which is Chelsea Residence. Okay.
Right.
Now, tell me a bit about Chelsea Residence. Apartments only. Tell me about the bedroom, the price points, the price per square foot. Tell me a bit about the community. Or the project.
The project. So all units within that project is all seafront views. Price per square foot starts at around 2,500.
Okay.
You've got starting prices, average pricing for around 2.3 million for a 1 bed. 2 beds are going for around 3.2 million, and then 3 beds are going for an average price of around 4.9 million.
So, for example, 2.3 average price for a 1 bedroom, which means there are some units that are below 2.3. Right?
Correct. Just depending on the floor levels and the square foot as well.
Now, price per square foot, if we compare waterfront communities in Dubai, you have Blue Waters, priced ready community by a very good developer like DAMAC as well, priced at 5,000 per square foot in terms of price per square foot.
Right.
You've got Imar Beachfront at 4,300, and the latest launches, and some projects that's actually been sold above 6,000. I don't want to get into Palm Jumeirah into too much detail. Of course, that's not a boutique waterfront community. It's a huge waterfront community, but price point over there, waterfront, they go. I've seen some transactions at 18,000 price per square foot. So let's not get into detail about that, but. If we go back to government initiatives and government investments, if we actually look at Maritime City and Dubai Islands as well, this is where I would say the price point for waterfront communities is still competitive. So a lot of room for capital appreciation, right?
Yeah, correct. So with that as well, just to mention, yes, there are other areas that have a competitive price point to us, but they don't have the global partnerships with as such Chelsea football team, and that's where we're still given a competitive edge, but still a foot in the door for that even first-time investor or clients that essentially want to own a unit within a seafront view, and on the peninsula, like you mentioned, with Maritime City, it's going to develop into a residential hub, with commercial units, with hospitality, with educational facilities like Maritime University being built in that area. And not to mention that the accessibility with the traffic is being reduced with the Shindagar corridor being built.
Oh yeah.
You've got Infinity Bridge that's been built. So a lot of those phases are already being completed, and the traffic time is actually going to be reduced down to 16 minutes.
From 100 and...
So it's 104 minutes.
104 minutes.
Correct, that's correct. So that area is going to be so much more accessible, and even more so when the anticipated delivery for Chelsea Residences in 2029.
So there's just one more thing I wanted you to cover. Is it the coral reef?
Coral reef.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is essentially a government initiative that's being built. So it's going to run along the coastal line of Dubai, all the way from just by where Maritime City is, all the way down past Jebel Ali, nearly almost to the borderline of Abu Dhabi.
So literally the whole of Dubai waterfront community.
Correct.
Okay. And that's man-made, yeah?
Man-made, and some people have said that they've already seen some work being done on ships and boats in the middle of the sea, and that's actually what they're working on.
So essentially, you're going to have views of that from Chelsea Residence as well, right?
Which I'm sure will be from the lower levels all the way to the top levels. You should be able to see the colourful coral reef in the middle of the sea.
Nice.
Yeah.
As an investor, we've covered a master community, and we've also covered a waterfront community. So, as an investor, you're looking to invest in Dubai. Investing in a master community or investing in a waterfront community is, I would say, that's where you see the most capital appreciation.
Yeah,
and
correct.
in terms of waterfront communities, it's not only in Dubai, it's all around the world, right?
Cool.
Anything waterfront facing, appreciates the most in value. Well, Adam, thank you so much for your time today. I know it took more than 30 minutes, and we went into the project in depth and detail. Our contact details are below. If you want to find out more about the projects that we discussed today or any other projects by DAMAC, I'll be more than happy to help.